Hi, so today I have another video for you. This is what I came up with today. It's a graduation slay makeup. I used nothing but drugstore products. I went to the stores yesterday and I bought a couple of things that I was missing because I do own a lot of drugstore products, but I don't have everything. For example, my primers and eye products. Anastasia and Urban Decay are my holy grails in that area, so I had to go ahead and grab some new stuff. And this is the look that I came up with. It's really neutral on the eyes. I kept it matte, and then for the lips I wanted a little bit of pop, so I went with like a corally nude shade with a clear gloss. And of course have to have that highlight pop. I also did get this idea from another YouTuber. Her name, I believe, on YouTube is MsAaliyahJay. She is such a gorgeous girl. Her intro was everything, and she actually put her cap and gown on as well, so that's where I got inspired, and I thought I would just do my recreation of it. I will leave her link below so y'all can follow her and see her video as well. So if you're interested on seeing how I created this look, then keep on watching. So I am going to use drugstore everything, and I'm going to start off with priming my face, and I'm going to go back to the Nivea, what is it called? The Post Shave Balm. I'm going to use this kind of as my moisturizer first, and then I'm going to actually take the Maybelline Primer and put that on top of this. And I feel like actually this really does make a difference. It really does hold on to the makeup, and it makes your face really tacky. That way your makeup stays on longer. I'm going to take the Maybelline Master Prime, and this one is the blurring one, the blurring and smoothing one. Oh wow, it looks kind of just like the Nivea. Okay, it's a little thicker than the Nivea, but I guess. Alright, so now I'm gonna put that right in my T-zone, which is where I normally have my pores, and that's where I normally get oily. Trying to see what it smells like. Alright, so now for my face, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild foundation. I've been loving this one recently. I use it almost every day, and I'm in the shade Caramel, and I'm also going to mix it in with the L'Oreal Pro Infallible. These two together are so good. This one has a little bit more of that yellow tone, which I like, and then this one's a little darker, so that's why I have to mix them. But both of them combined make a really good combo. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild one, and I'm just going to place it kind of like on the outside of my face. And now I'm going to take the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible, and I'm going to place this mainly on like the center of my face. And you're going to see the difference. See how this one is like more of that yellow tone. I feel like I put too much. So then I'm going to take my Morphe G36. It's my favorite brush to apply foundation, and you guys always ask me which one this is. G36 from Morphe. So I'm going to take that and push it in. I'm going to take the Morphe sponge, and I'm going to use that to blend this in. Oh my god, I seriously love how this foundation looks. Like both of them mixed together, it gives you like such a flawless coverage, and it really does look almost airbrushed. There we go. Yep. Alright, so now for my concealer, I'm going to be using what has been my favorite concealer for years. Like, I've used this stuff maybe since I was in high school when I graduated, and that was in 2013. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me, and I have two colors. As you can see, they're very well loved. If I don't use my shade tape, then I use these. And I have the color Medium and the color Sand. Okay, so now I'm going to take Sand, and I'm going to place it right on top of this. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on my chin. down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on the forehead. Now to blend these two in, I'm going to take the sponge again, my dirty little sponge, and push in the product. So I'm going to make sure I have no creases under my eyes. And as you can see, I put a little bit of that concealer up here just to go ahead and prime my eyes for the eyeshadow as well. Alright, so now that that's on, I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes with the Airspun, Coty Airspun loose face powder. And I'm just going to take a little powder and I'm going to go ahead and place it right under my eyes. And I'm not gonna bake. You guys know I don't really bake under my eyes. I'm just gonna make sure it sets. Alright, there we go. So now that it's set, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my brows and my eyes, and then I'm gonna go back to my face. So, okay, this one says the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. And I like it because it kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Brow Wiz, because it has the product on one side and then it has a spoolie on the other. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and brush my brows and I'm going to start filling them in with the brow pencil. Let's see how this goes. Wow, like this looks really good, y'all. The one that I was actually looking for was the NYX brow pencil, because I've tried that one before and I actually love that one. I just hate pencils because I run out of them so fast, but this one went on a lot smoother. Okay, Maybelline. So now for my eyes, I'm actually excited because I have not used this palette in a long time. I've put it aside and I just haven't used it. It has been through rough times. I've dropped it probably like 3 or 4 times. So there's a couple of colors in here that are missing, but palette, and I wasn't gonna throw it away. And this one is the 35O from Morphe, the infamous 35O. And this is what it looks like. I'm so sad that this is the color that broke off, because I actually really liked it. There's still a little bit in there, but half of it is gone. This color was definitely gone. It just popped out of the pan, like it didn't break, but it was making me so mad that every time I opened it, it fell, so I just threw it away. It wasn't a color that I liked anyway, so I just threw it away. I'm not really sure what look to do. We'll see what we come up with. I think the first color that I'm actually going to take are these two right here. This one has more of that orange tone and this one is a little bit more cool, so I'm just gonna mix those two. Alright, so I'm gonna take my Morphe M441, which is my favorite blending brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and take those two colors. I'm going to go ahead and take those two colors and I'm going to go ahead and put that on my crease area. I'm going to take a little bit of this color right here and also a little bit of this one. I'm going to mix these two together and I'm going to put that more on the outer corner of my eye. Just like that. So now I'm gonna take a darker brown, and I'm gonna take a couple of these shades right here. Not really sure, but I'm gonna take probably this one and this one right here and mix them together and put it on the outside. I love mixing colors. So I'm gonna take a little bit of both of those and be very careful because these are really pigmented, so you don't want, you don't want to mess it all up. So I'm gonna put this mainly on the outside. Just like that. So I'm gonna keep building this brown up as much as I can because I really do want it pretty dark on the outside. So I'm going to take a flat brush from Morphe, and this one is the M224, and I'm going to take the same concealer in Sand. And I'm going to get a little bit and put it on the back of my hand. Now I'm going to take the flat brush. Alright, so I'm going to take the flat brush and start cutting my crease a little bit. And when I mean a little bit, I mean a little bit. Like, I don't want to cut my crease so much. And now just to blend those edges, I'm gonna take my finger, just like that. So I'm gonna take a little bit more and do the same thing to the other eye. Just like that. So now I'm gonna set that that concealer in with an eyeshadow. I'm not sure if I want to use a shimmer or a matte. I'm gonna leave it matte. So I'm gonna take these two colors right here. It's the white one, and then this one is kind of like almost like a camel color. It's like a yellow. So I'm gonna take these two and mix them, and these two and mix them, and put that right on my lid. And I am taking a Morphe 167 for this. It's a really nice packing brush. I'm gonna take more of that yellow shade because I don't want it too white. So I'm gonna take more of that yellow nude shade and put that right on top of this, just to kind of tone it down from the white a little bit. There we go. So I'm gonna take my brush that I was using to blend out the brown, and I'm just gonna go back and retouch it just to blend those two together. There we go. So now for my eyeliner, I wasn't gonna do a wing liner, but I'm gonna do one. Now my favorite eyeliner from the drugstore has always been NYC liquid liner, but they discontinued it for some evil reason. They discontinued it, so I've been using the Wet and Wild Mega Liner for now, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was gonna like the applicator, because usually with applicators like this that look almost like spongy like, I don't really tend to mess with. But it's actually really nice. Kind of reminds me of the Sephora one, because there's a Sephora liquid liner from Sephora brand that looks kind of like this. And I actually used to use that back when I worked there, and it was really easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a wing liner. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be small or big, because you know, wing liners have a mind of its own, so whatever comes out will come out. Alright, so this is the wing liner that came out. I'm not messing with it. It literally took me about 15 or 20 minutes just to do this. It was just not cooperating. But I'm gonna look past that and put my lashes on. The lashes I'm going to be using are the Ardell 207s, which are one of my favorite eyelashes. I used to use these all the freaking time. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue on them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let those dry, and for now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and then put my mascara on. And the one that I'm using is the Big Shot from Maybelline. The Colosso Big Shot. Kind of drying. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same colors that I put on my eyes on top and put those at the bottom, starting with the first two that we took, the orangey shades. And I'm gonna take that on this really tiny brush. It's the E36, and I love it because it works kind of just like a really small finger, and it really blends out the colors at the bottom. Just like that. Now I'm going to take that same mascara that I used, the Big Shot mascara, and put that on my bottom lashes. Alright, so now to start bronzing up my face and give myself some definition, I'm going to take the NYX Contour Palette, which is one of my favorites because it has all. So I'm going to take this one from Morphe, and this one is the E4. It is perfect to actually bronze up. I'm going to take the first color from that contour palette and put that right on the cheekbone area, just to start giving. So I'm going to stop on my bronzer for a minute, and now that I see that my lashes are kind of dry, I'm going to go ahead and pop these on. Alright, so now that I'm done bronzing up my face, it's time for highlight, and the one that I'm going to be using that I've been obsessed with lately ever since I bought them have been the Wet n Wild, the highlighting powders, the Mega Glow, and I'm going to be mixing in Crown of My Canopy and Precious Petals. So I'm going to take a Real Technique setting brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of both at a time and tap off the excess. I'm so tempted to use my champagne pop, but no. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on the cheekbone area. If I was graduating again, I would want everybody to see my highlight. So I'm gonna actually pop a lot on, which is new. Now another thing that I personally like to do is grab whatever's left on the brush and put that on my chin and on my forehead. You always want to take your bronzer brush again and just go back and kind of blend those two, so that way you don't just see, you know, a harsh line of where that highlighter is. For my lips, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild lipsticks, and I grabbed the shade Sandstorm and the shade Pink Sugar. And I was planning on mixing them and kind of make an ombre lip, but I'm going to see how this one looks by itself, Sandstorm, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And I love how these go on because they go on like really smooth, and they do last all day in my opinion. Alright, so now that I have that one on, I'm going to go in with Pink Sugar in the middle. I like it. Oh, I love this color. I also picked up this lip gloss from Maybelline. It's just a clear gloss, so I'm just going to put a little bit of it just to give my lips a little bit of shine.
Now to finish everything off, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Photo Focus setting spray from Wet and Wild. I love the packaging on this bottle. It is just so cute and tiny. I'm going to go ahead and mist my whole entire face to make sure my makeup is complete and set, and that way it doesn't move or go anywhere throughout the day.
Alright, that was it for this video, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see any more drugstore looks. I will gladly do them. The drugstore has some really good products now, so I don't mind trying any of them. I really fell in love with the brow pencil. I feel like it glide on so smooth. If you're interested in seeing any more looks from the drugstore, go ahead and hit the like button on this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I can be two different people in this hair. I can, ooh, I want to be blonde. I want to have black hair. I want to be blonde.